Obviously, no pizza dinner is complete without the peppercini. And I love these guys because you bite into this guy and it's an explosion in your mouth. It's like a party in your mouth, and just you open the door and a whole swath of guests come running in. It's fantastic. Hi, welcome back to the kitchen. My name's Michael, and today we're having a pizza night. So I thought I'd make two pizzas. One, a little bit controversial, and the other one, slightly less controversial. Both of them will have pineapple, fair warning. So we're going to go ahead and flour up our prep station here. That'll help with the stickiness of our dough. And I did cheat a little bit, guys and gals and theys and thems. I went ahead and used our local grocery chain, I guess regional grocery chains dough. It's a favorite of ours. We use it on all of our pizzas. It's Winco if you're from the region. So we're going to go ahead, slop that down here. We're going to go ahead and get some of that on there already. And then throw some more flour down. Go ahead and spread it a little bit before I get the rolling pin. Now, we're going to spread this out as best we can with Grandma's rolling pin. This thing weighs about 15 pounds, and it's ridiculous. But from our grandma, how could we possibly have said no? She actually tried to send me home with a literal box of these rolling pins. Well, this was the nicest one. That's why I took it. The rest of them were just these wooden guys. I also got myself a ravioli one, which I haven't gotten to use yet. So we're going to go ahead and cut. We're going to cut about a third of it off to use for the breadsticks later. In the meantime, let's keep rolling this out. Now this first pizza, like I said, is going to be very controversial. And I'm just going to let you know the ingredients right now. We're making a sardine pepperoni, or sardine pineapple, and oh my gosh, forgetting the third ingredient. Egg. Sardine, pineapple, and egg. Now, I know I lost, if there was anyone at the pineapple sardine part that was still about it, I'm sure I lost you when I said the egg part. But we're trying to make a controversial pizza, and I think it's going to be pretty dang good. Go ahead and rip part of this off. Try to get it back on over there. Now, this pizza, I've never actually had sardines before. So this one's going to be very new to me, but I know I like egg, and I know I like pineapple on a pizza, and I love fish. But let me tell you what. I opened these sardines and immediately could smell it. It is pungent, and I was not expecting it to be just as strong as it actually was. And so, a little bit of regret in opening it so early because, man, it really takes you by surprise. Now, I'm glad we made a little bit of a smaller pizza by cutting off that bit with the breadsticks because we're making that second pizza just in case I absolutely hate this one. So we have a backup pizza is what it is. And it's going to be a Canadian bacon and pineapple pizza. So, all right, let's go ahead and check on that butter, see how it's looking. Okay, to start us off, we're actually going to be making some garlic butter. So I'm going to go ahead and throw this butter and this garlic, as well as a little extra garlic powder onto the stove. Let that all melt down, because we're going to be using this on just about everything we have tonight. So we're going to actually save these two parts for actually after that butter starts to melt down. We're going to go ahead and start the oven. We're going to need it at 400 degrees. Alright, that butter's starting to get pretty well melted. So let's go ahead, stir that up a little bit, try to break it up. And first, we're going to add our chunked garlic, our diced. Remember, we don't waste anything in this kitchen. So, that's that. Then we're going to do some garlic powder. Yeah, I know that's a lot of garlic, but another thing we don't waste in this house, and we don't go wanting for garlic. Everything in here is garlicky. Now, I'm going to go ahead and let that come up. We're going to let it simmer for just a minute or two, just enough to get some of that garlic to start releasing some of that smell. Okay, and now that we're back, we're going to go ahead and I always forget that I need to put this directly on the pan, because let me tell you what, it just sticks no matter what you do. It's good dough though. So we're going to go ahead, lift this up. Almost forgot. Key point here, take some cornmeal and dust your pans. Trust me. So, go ahead and put this down now. Now, I did cut a second corner in today's pizza. And that corner would be that instead of making homemade white sauce for this pizza, I went ahead and just used some store-bought white sauce for the pizza. And so we're just going to go ahead, crimp those edges a little bit. All right, we're going to go ahead and just drizzle it on. Grab a spoonful here. Get the last of it. Use that spoon to spread the sauce around. Alright, now it's a little bit too saucy, but I think it's going to still turn out pretty fine. Next up, we got a Parmesan cheese, or mozzarella cheese, excuse me. We're going to go ahead, throw down a bed of the cheese. Yeah. See right here, this would be good enough for a pizza for me. But actually not for me. I love being extra. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyone who knows me knows that I love being just a little bit extra. So now we're going to go ahead and layer on the sardines. Got a tin here. Go ahead. Try to get all of it out. Not doing so well of keeping them whole, but it is what it is. I'm actually just going to grab our fork to try and do this now, I think. And that would be our oven, ready to go. I opened this, and Faith was trying to help me up with some setup for this video. And I was like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have opened these sardines yet. They're a little pungent. And she's like, yeah, I can't even stand in here. So, once again, I've never had these, but I've always wanted to try it. I just knew that I wasn't going to eat them straight out of the can. Bought these a little while ago, knowing I would do something with them. Here we are. I actually wanted to make some kind of like a cracker dip, but unfortunately I also don't think I have other people that would want to share a dip of this stuff with me at a game night. Okay, we went and got rid of that because we wanted to set that can as far away from us as possible. Next up, we're going to be putting down the pineapple. Now, things I read online did say that this pineapple and sardines actually went pretty well together already. But of course, I couldn't find anywhere online that said combining it with an egg. So we actually don't add the egg right now. What we're going to do is we're going to pop this in the oven for 15 to 20 minutes. And when it looks like we're about 2 minutes away, I'll pull it out, set it to broil, and crack that egg or pour that egg right here in the middle. And then we'll put it back in for those last 2 minutes, and it'll be good to go. All right, now we'll just pop this first pizza, in the oven. And because my attention span, all over the place, we're going to go ahead and set the timer and deal with the noise later. Okay. And now for the bread sticks. All right. Let's go ahead and roll this bad boy out. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Once again, adding the cornmeal. Just a light dusting here. We'll throw this down. And now we'll grab some of that garlic butter from before. Go ahead and drizzle that across the top. Oh yeah, see, that is absolutely masking the scent of all of our sardines. And oh my gosh, I forgot an ingredient on our pizza. We also wanted to spice it up a little bit. So while we put this in, I'm also going to put a couple of jalapenos, add a little bit of extra spiciness to that pizza. So let's go ahead and open that up real quick since I forgot about it. Here we go. Thankfully, no harm, no foul. There we go. Good to go. And we'll just quickly put plenty of cheese on these because I've been informed that there needs to be copious amounts of cheese on these breadsticks. So we'll just pop these in the oven as well. Next up, we are actually going to do the red pizza sauce a little bit of ourselves. So we just got ourselves some tomato sauce, and then I have this blend of my 5 basic favorite sauces, favorite flavors, or cheese and crackers of spices. We got basil, oregano, thyme, rosemary, and some garlic powder. And we're going to wait a little bit, but we're going to put some of this on my pizza and the breadsticks as well. But we're just going to mix that all up. And then that will be our red sauce. Well, that's smelling pretty good. Smelling a lot of the seasonings, herbs that are going in there. All right. And then we're going to go ahead. Oh, a little bit of a mess. All right, we're going to reflour this spot right here. And we're going to spread out the dough for the second pizza. Now it's important to remember that in this kitchen, I may be a good cook, but I am by no means a chef. So you're gonna have to give me a little bit of a break here as I do my best. One of the main reasons we're doing these cooking videos is to push me and try new things, new techniques, new recipes. We're learning. We're all learning here, right? Now this dough has a lot of, it's a grower, all right? You throw it in the oven and it really rises. Yeah, we're looking pretty good here though. Just circle this out, and then this pizza will be prepped, or just about prepped. That is a beautiful round pizza dough. I gotta say, this might be the most round pizza dough I've ever actually been able to pull off. Okay, now in the meantime, we've got about 9 more minutes for our other pizza should be about ready. So we got a couple other things that we want to make for tonight's dinner. We're going to just gently guide it to the side over here. Yeah, there we go. That pizza's looking delightful. Or that dough. Excuse me. So we're going to want to take the rest of this garlic butter. And we're going to drain it into this cup right here. And we're going to use this later. The next thing I want to make is a hot honey oil dipping sauce for our pizza. And so now the first time I had this hot honey dipping sauce was a hot oil honey dipping sauce was in Canada in like 2017. I was on a vacation and we went up there for spring break, freshman year of college. Wandered off on my own, walked into this pizza joint, and they just set it down. Like this was what they had, and I was like, whoa, what is this? And I tried it. I have not been able to have a slice of pizza since 2017 without thinking of this sauce. Now, I have tried to recreate this numerous times, more times than I can count, and I have never gotten it exactly how it tasted in that restaurant. But, and I think that this will be just about close to it. We're going to go ahead and try and see what happens. So we're going to go ahead and add that to the stove. Got this on a low medium, and we're going to go ahead and drop that honey in there. We're going to let that warm up, loosen up, and then we're going to go ahead and add the oil. Okay, it's starting to loosen up. We want to keep an eye on it because we don't, in my experience, honey unmoderated on the stove can lead to some bad taste. So we added just a little bit of olive oil around the center there. We're just going to go ahead and fold it in. Now we're only making a very small amount because I'm the only one that's going to be touching this. So here we go. It's starting to get a little loose. That oil is going to help with the consistency. And we're just about ready to add the red pepper flakes. Okay, so let's go ahead, add those red pepper flakes. A little bit more. Yeah, plenty of spiciness going on here. Okay, once again, let's go ahead and just fold that in. And it's going to take in some of that garlicky butter from earlier that was in this pan, which is perfectly fine by me. Oh yeah, let's see. Let's go ahead and just use the back of the spoon to get a little bit of it. Okay, so the honey's pretty strong, and it's not quite spicy enough for me. I think maybe if I let this simmer with the red pepper flakes on a very low temperature for a minute, I think we'll be cooking. All right, while we let the hot honey simmer for just a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and make our drink for the night. Now, nothing goes better with pizza, non-alcoholically, than a nice Sprite. We're going to use some of the pineapple juice from the pineapple for the pizza. Throw that in a little bit. And we have a little bit of mango syrup that we're just going to barely use just a little bit. Just enough to give a little bit of flavoring. Top it back off with Sprite. Give it a little swirl. And now a quick taste test. That's perfect. Amazing. Okay, this honey has been simmering long enough. It's gonna have taken in some of that flavoring that we're looking for. Let's try to carefully get that in our dipping container. Look at that. Perfect. Fits just in the cup. Let's go. Ooh! Shiitake mushrooms shouldn't have touched that. That is hot. Okay, so we're just gonna scoot that out of the way for now. Let that cool down. Now, our first pizza is just about done. So let's go ahead and check on it. So, yeah, we've seen some brown around the edges there. I'd say we're about 2 minutes away. Let's go ahead and check underneath. Yeah, I think we're good enough to throw that egg down. And we're gonna just plop that right in the middle there. There we go. Throw that back in the oven for 2 more minutes. And while we're doing that, let's go ahead and check out our breadsticks. Yeah, okay. Those are looking good. We'll just go ahead and give those 2 extra minutes since they came in late. And the pizza's done. Whew. There we go. Oh, the egg is not quite done. We're going to need to give it about 2 more minutes. And the reason it's not done is because I forgot to set it to broil. Accidents happen. But what is done is our bread. Oh yeah. Go ahead. Man, I hope you can hear that crispiness. So, we're going to go ahead and doll up this bread. First up, we're going to put some of that little blend of seasoning and spices on it. As well as some chives. Chives are fantastic on anything with bread, in my opinion. So, boom. That's done. But now we gotta wait again on our first pizza. See, that's what we get for forgetting. A little, just a little tad toasty on the edges there. Let's go ahead, throw that down. Boom. That is our artichoke, pineapple, jalapeno, and egg pizza. And I gotta tell you, it looks, excuse the dog there, gotta give herself a little shake. It looks beautiful, I gotta say. Other than a little bit of a little too crispiness on the edges there, I think visually we're seeing the colors. We see the green, the silver, the yellow, the white. It all pops together. Oh man, I'm excited. Visually alone, this looks amazing. But we got to do the taste test.
You said artichoke, by the way.
I've just been informed that I previously said artichoke, and I quite clearly meant to say sardines. It is what it is. Let's quickly throw together our second pizza. Again, always got to make sure to throw that dusting on there. Trust me, it makes a difference. We'll throw down our semi-normal acceptable pizza. We're going to go ahead. Yep, there's our red sauce. Go ahead, spread that around. Make sure we get almost about half an inch away from the edges. I've heard different varying lengths of how far to get from the edges, but I like half an inch. Yeah, I think we're good here. Looking good. Pretty consistently got those edges taken care of. Next up is our cheese. I've also been informed I need to have lots of cheese on this pizza. So, we're going to do more than what I think is enough. Yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, spectacular. Next up, good amount of pineapple. And last on top, our Canadian bacon. Now, typically you would put the pineapple on top of the Canadian bacon, but I want to lock in some of that pineapple flavoring. And so instead of letting it cook out, we're just going to cover the pineapple with this Canadian bacon here. I'm going to go ahead and do a full layer of it. There we go, just barely overlapping each other. One right down in the middle where the egg should go. And then we're going to pop this back in the oven, or back into the oven, for 15 minutes. Now to make this pop just a little bit more, we're going to add some of that garlic butter around the edges. Yeah. See, my brush has magically disappeared, so we're spooning it on. Normally I would prefer to brush it. Yeah. Man, this is going to be amazing. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut it now. I'm going to start with the bread. Look at that bread. Oh yeah, stuff's great. Hi, sissy. I don't think you know you're not supposed to be in the kitchen. Hey, kitchen. You know better. I know, it smells too good. Okay. Our dog gets to be everywhere but the kitchen. She knows it too. I don't know what's gone into her. All right, now we're gonna cut this bad boy. We're gonna go ahead and, oh yeah. So we want that egg in the middle just to be a little runny, so it creates almost its own dipping sauce. And we didn't quite get there because we messed up on the cook time, but you know, we got to learn our lessons once in a while, right? Okay, now we're going to try them both. Obviously, we're going to start off with the side. Smells delightful. You can smell the seasonings right on top. They came out, and since I put them on right when it was hot, it was able to just take it in just a little bit. And we got the crumbs from the cornmeal on the bottom. We're going to also dip it in the honey sauce. Oh my god. Wow. Spectacular. I'll take 14 of them. That hot honey, simmering it for the extra minute and a half that we did, total game changer. That red pepper flakes just completely soaked into that honey. I gotta obviously dip it in the garlic too. That tastes like it came from a certain pizza chain. I think you know which one. Now, for the good stuff. We're going to go ahead and just try it straight first, see what we think. Shit, that was amazing. That might be one of my top favorite pizzas ever now. That is incredible. The egg and the sardines, perfect mixture. The textures blend together, and oh man, just look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. It's beautiful, isn't it? Amazing. And I love thin crust was absolutely the way to go on this. Obviously, we're going to try with the hot honey real quick. My mother told me I need to be more descriptive, but I don't even know how to describe how good this is. I wish the peanut gallery would try this, although the red pepper flakes are hitting the back of my throat. This is Faith. She's the only member of the peanut gallery today. What do you think? Anticipation's killing us.
Should I have those?
We're splitting those. Now go ahead and dump it, dip it in the garlic butter. I need.
Yeah.
Subscribe for the. Yeah.
I don't know what to say, but like, oh yeah.
Oh man. Okay. So everything is a grand slam tonight. I cannot believe how well this is all turning out.
That was disgusting.
She's referring to my special pizza of the night, and I'm sorry. Gushing. I am gushing over how good this pizza is. It might be one of my top favorite pizzas of all time now. Easily top 3 favorite pizzas.
You're insane.
I have a refined palate.
No, but weird ass palate.
I'm sorry, but this is me. Get out of here until your pizza's done. Okay. I don't even know what to say. We'll check back in when the last pizza's done, but until then, I'm gonna end up eating half of what's here. as I said, it's a grower. This pizza really expands, but it's looking beautiful. Yeah. Let's cut into it. Woo. Obviously, it's a little hot to grab. Oh, there's a good cheese stretch. Oh, man, that's about. Let's see how far we can go. Oh, I wish I could get this on camera right now. We got about a 2.5 foot cheese stretch. Spectacular. All right, and that's the end. That's pizza night for us. If you make this artichoke pizza, for the love of God, please come back and tell me and let me know what you think. That's it. Thanks for coming to my kitchen.